I am very excited to have my next guest join us. Their new EP is called If You Only Feel It Once. It is Jenna and Josh from Bleach Lab. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome, welcome. Thanks so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. As representatives of the band, obviously there are others that contribute as well. Are they at happy hour right now?
Yeah, it's only two you need. Don't worry about the others. They're not feeling it. They're fine.
I've got the key people right here.
I'm
Nice.
sure they would love to hear that.
Yes, I love it. We were chatting right before this. I'm in California right now, so I'm bleary-eyed at 10 a.m. and you guys are in London, where it's your evening already.
Yeah, dark already.
Yeah, and you've already had some time with the EP release. It's been about a couple weeks or so, thereabout. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, it's had a really good response so far. I think it came out as we were on a sort of mini tour around like the south of England, which was really fun. But yeah, it's been really good response, and yeah, it's good to see it like sort of as a complete project, I guess.
To take a step back, the way you guys got together is also kind of fast and how so seamless it seems because, Josh, you had, formed the band as a duo first with Frank, from what I understand, right?
Yeah.
And then knowing Jenna, and Jenna, when you were in college and, doing your own thing, were you pursuing music as a vocalist? What was it that...
Well, so Josh and I both went to college together. We did music at college together. So yeah, I guess with that, I definitely had the intent of going on to do something in music, but I was thinking more on like the teaching side or like the music journalism side sort of thing, rather than actually performing. But although, I've been singing since I was like 10, in my own time and not professionally, but in certain settings and things. But I think, I don't know, I got to like 20 and I thought maybe it was slowly getting to the point where it might be too late if I don't start something soon. So yeah, that was around the time that we came together. So it was a positive what's the word, I don't know.
outcome?
Then classically, a string of drummers later.
Yeah.
This particular EP centers around a lot of the feelings of nostalgia, from what I, can surmise. And during the pandemic, nostalgia was huge because that's a sense of comfort for a lot of people, and you have continued that. A lot of people will reach back to eras for which they didn't really live through. Did you find yourself kind of romanticizing those particular decades or eras as well, and how did you bring those into the music you guys make?
In romanticizing eras, I think there's definitely like an ode to like some 90s in there. And I think, I was born in the 90s, didn't get to quite experience the lifestyle as it was portrayed over in the UK. But I took a lot of it with me and just, I didn't even get proper TVs or Wi-Fi till I was a lot older. So I was always watching like weird things on VHS and stuff like that. And it just gets you thinking about this time and the music that was in it. And I was always into like 90s bands and things growing up. I think my mum helped me with a lot of that stuff and just friends at the time that still listened to it. And just, I think subconsciously me and Frank started developing this weird naughty sound, but with like that Mazzy Star-esque sort of sadcore. Yeah, subliminally. And then like reminiscing in there, like there's a lot of us were going through old photos or old footage of us. And obviously that reflects the time that we were in, back then, obviously a simpler time for us, like when Jenna said she didn't do it professionally when she was 20. Like, I just hope I'm professional as I am for the rest of my life, to be honest, because it's sort of working.
And so Jenna, lyrically, take a song like "I Could Be Your Safe Place" and some of the others. Where were you reaching for inspiration on some of those types of songs?
I guess so. Like, I Could Be a Safe Place is about sort of meeting somebody new and like rushing into something and maybe a bit too fast, but like you still want to go with it and it's like a positive experience. But It's also kind of like about finding that, like you said, nostalgic feeling of home and like safety and other people and places and stuff. And a lot of like the stuff that I wrote about in this EP in particular was surrounding that feeling of like trying to find a home, and like not like a physical house, but like literally that feeling. So like I reach back a lot to my childhood, which I see as like a really positive thing, but then coming out of that as an adult and sort of into a new city and like meeting loads of new people and not really feeling 100% settled anywhere is like quite a just disjointed feeling. And I think I was just sort of trying to bridge those emotions of like becoming an adult and looking for that feeling of safety and security in like other people and places. Yeah, which is like what, so If You Only Feel It Once is obviously the name of the EP, but it's the title track as well. And that song, I've always said that like it is subjective to like the listener, but for me it is home. So if you only feel at home once, is it enough to sort of carry you through your adult life as you like navigate through it on your own, if you know what I mean? Yeah. I hope some of that makes sense.
It sounds like it definitely is inspired by your real life. You mentioned you just had you moved to Brighton 5 years ago. Have you felt that sense of home?
In glimmers, I think, like it's almost like a goal that, I mean, you have to move around so much here as well, like literally you can only stay in a flat for like a year usually, and it's just like hopping around all the time and new people coming in and out of your life, new relationships, new friendships. It's like you get little glimpses of it and then something happens and everything is like turned upside down and you have to like figure it all out again. And I guess it's just life, like it is. But obviously coming into my mid-20s, I'm still figuring things out. And yeah, just having like a platform which is sort of like cathartic and my own sort of therapy in a way, I guess. To have words in front of me that I can relate to, that I know other people can as well. Well,
especially
I hope anyway.
especially during that phase of your life, you're like you just said, you're bouncing around and you're meeting new people, plus you're in music, so you're meeting all kinds of people as well. The music industry is always shifting and changing and all those things.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that it's really difficult to find the same type of people that you grew up with, where you have those long lasting friendships who, the people who understand you and get you, where you can sit in a room, either talk for hours or, just hang out and not say much and still have that comfort.
Yeah. There's a lot of temporary things, I think, that I think you start to realize as you get a bit older. A lot of things are very temporary, but that can be a good thing as well, I think.
I'm a big fan of your music, and I've really enjoyed meeting and chatting with you, and best of luck with everything.
Thank you so much.
As in, you too, Pete. Thank you.